What is up, guys? Welcome to the organised chaos, which is my home desk. So working from home today, just taking a little lunch break, and I thought I'd use this time to have a little chat to you about my up and coming powerlifting meet, because it's been so long since I last competed, so I'm really looking forward to finally getting back on the platform. So I mentioned in the last video that I have signed up to another powerlifting meet. So it is going to be the Devon and Cornwall Championships, which ironically is the first ever powerlifting meet, which I did back in 2006 or 7 maybe. So literally I competed for the first time on my birthday when I turned 24. So I literally turned to being a senior on the day of the meet, so I couldn't compete as a junior, so I've never actually competed as a junior. So it's nice that I'm going to be going back there to compete again. I'm just going sort of through some of the finer details with the organiser to make sure that I am actually going to be in the meet, because obviously I haven't had a British powerlifting membership for a couple of years now, so I've had to get one of those, and I've had to send off all my information, and there was a little bit of confusion about my membership number and that sort of thing, but hopefully that all gets sorted. It means that I'm now roughly 9 weeks out from competing, so yeah, really looking forward to it. I suppose today is the first day of prep for the competition, and like I said in the last video, there's not going to be a massive amount of change in terms of training, because we're kind of going to go into the meet as if it's a training day. So we're not really specifically looking to necessarily get personal bests or peak for it necessarily. It's kind of just like we're going to turn up and do what we can, and it's more just to get rid of some of the ring rust, because obviously I haven't competed for so long. So while I crack on with a little bit of work here, I thought I would show you some footage of my first ever powerlifting meet.
I feel like the second attempt here, the 150, was probably an even quicker lift, a better lift.
Oh.
Going on to my third attempt here, going for 170 kilograms, which I've never done before. I've had that weight on my back before, but never actually squatted it. So I knew what it would feel like on my back, but I had no idea what it would feel like in the hole, and how much of a grind it would be. And to be honest with you, there was a bit of a grind, but it actually felt pretty good. So yeah, I'll just let you watch that.
Go on, easy, nice.
First attempt went up easy. I just wanted to start off with a nice easy opener.
Start. Press. Right.
Unfortunately, it wasn't to be today. I think if I had a little bit more in me, I probably would have got it. It was a bit of a grind, but didn't quite go up.
Press.
Yeah, I've been struggling a bit to get the deadlift back after obviously having back injuries. So, but I think it went reasonably well. There's a bit of pitching going on, but felt pretty comfortable. Ended the competition with 450 kilogram total, which isn't amazing, but it's something to build upon, obviously. So next time I'll definitely be looking to beat that. But I actually ended up walking away with a bronze medal, surprisingly enough. Even though the two guys in front of me who absolutely destroyed it, and they probably got 30-40 kilos more than me. But overall, it was a great day and a great experience.
So I must admit, that's the first time in quite a long time that I've looked back over the meet footage from my first ever powerlifting meet, and there's 3 things that I noticed. The first one being there's a lot less weight on the bar, which is obviously a good thing. The second one being there's a lot less weight on me. Don't know if that's a good thing or not. And the third thing, back then I was very monotoned. If there's one thing I've learned on the 4 or 5 years that I've been on YouTube, is when you're talking to the camera, don't sound like a robot. Hello and welcome to the Devon and Cornwall Championships. Today I'm going to be doing some squats, and I'm going to hit 150 kilos, and it's going to feel amazing. I mean, I haven't got that much better, to be fair, let's be honest.
in the script today. So I went into the gym with the plan of hitting 2 singles on 240. However, I was feeling really good, and I messaged Matt just to say, you know, deadlifts are feeling really good, the warm-ups are feeling really nice. How do you feel about me extending my deadlift block to this week rather than resetting it? So obviously last week I hit the 262.5 for a new personal best. So I basically said to him, how do you feel about extending that? Because I genuinely feel like I'm still ready to hit a big number. So he said, yeah, potentially let's have a look at the warm-up, see how they look. So I sent him every single warm-up that I did from 120, so 120, 170, 200, and he basically said, yeah, okay, to be fair, they're absolutely flying. We can justify going for another heavy single today. So yeah, he threw the number out 272.5. I was thinking more sort of close to 270 or just under 270, but why not go for the big 600 pounds? And the warm-ups were feeling really good. So the heavier warm-ups, 252, 265. So I hit that personal best as well. And then we just basically decided, yeah, we can justify going for 600 pounds to the 272.5, and it felt really good. I had to put straps on, mainly because the bar I was using had absolutely no knurling, so I could even feel my hand sort of slipping on 70 kilos. I mean, my grip's not brilliant anyway, it has been a limiting factor, and I just thought I want to be able to get this without even thinking about my grip. So yes, I had to use straps, but I don't really care that much. Yeah, and it's just, you know, I said last week, I can push towards 270 now. When I said that, I didn't expect it to literally be the next week, but yeah, it just felt so good today that I really felt like I could justify going for it. Yeah, I have to be honest, I did get ridiculously psyched up for this one. It's been a long time since I've been able to get into that real mental state of going crazy for a lift. I literally felt like punching a hole through the wall at one point. I was just like really dialed in and focused, and as a powerlifter, well, for me anyway, I thrive off that feeling, that real adrenaline rush. I mean, some people jump off buildings with bungee jumps and stuff, but for me, I can just get hyped up just to lift something off the floor. Oh, it's a mad sport. So yeah, the confidence this has given me now is mad, because I was wanting to hit 270 at this powerlifting meet, but obviously now I've gone above that. I have to be looking at hitting like 270, 275, 280 at this competition. Obviously I need to make sure that I'm doing stuff to make sure my grip doesn't fail me, but yeah, just a massive amount of confidence. I just want to say as well, a massive thank you to Matt for his programming, because yeah, obviously I wouldn't be at the level that I'm at now without his programming and his coaching and just his general help that he's given me over the last few months. So massive thank you to Matt. I actually have no idea if he's got coaching available at the moment, but I am going to put his information down below if you guys want to check out his coaching, or send him a message, get onto his Instagram, and yeah, see if he's got any availability, because yeah, I highly recommend. Alright, so just got home and feeling a little bit stiff after the lift, so I thought it's probably a good idea to get out for a walk and just sort of stretch out my hip flexors a bit. So I'm just going to go for a quick hour walk and listen to a podcast, but I think it's probably good from a sort of mental clarity point of view as well, because obviously there's a lot of adrenaline still in my system, so I need to let that sort of drop down and relax myself a little bit. So I find going for a nice calming walk always helps do that. So going to get my podcast in, and I'll catch up with you in a bit.
Smoke machine in between my ears. Don't know how to
Oh my god. That is so good. Dry aged sirloin, bit of garlic, bit of thyme, bit of butter, 2 fried eggs, seeded bread. Stunning. So it's Saturday morning today, final training session of the week. Just got some squats to do. I think I'm working up to 210 for a double, which is the last week before I go for a heavy single next week. Body's feeling really good actually from Tuesday session from the deadlift. Hamstrings were feeling a little bit tender for a couple of days after, but I feel nice and rested and recovered, ready for today's session. Got me thinking actually, Tuesday session, having looked back over the deadlift PB, how there's definitely two kind of lifters. There's the introvert and there's the extrovert. There's the guy that likes to shout and scream in the gym, and when he does a lift he's just going absolutely mad. And there's the introvert, who is the guy that does the lift and then they're sort of quite calm. Be right back. Hello. Alright, I'll see you soon. Alright, bye bye. How rude. So as I was saying, there's definitely two types of lifters I found. There's the extrovert and the introvert. And within them there's like subcategories of different types of extrovert, different types of introvert. But for me, I'm definitely more in the category of the introvert. I just find that I don't really feel comfortable once I've hit a big lift to like really shout and scream. And that's not to say that I'm not feeling that on the inside, hence the introvert. But in the inside I'm literally screaming and shouting, and I want to kind of like shout and express myself, but my inner introvert doesn't make me do that, just because that's the type of lifter that I am. So I do find it interesting just like watching different people, and I think generally in life those people that are extrovert lifters are extroverted people, and people that are introverted lifters are introverted people as well. But I just find it interesting how you can have those two types of people, and it does sort of show itself in lifting as well. So just a little observation I had when I actually finished the lift, because inside I was screaming and shouting and, you know, whatever. But when I actually look back at the footage, I look relatively calm, but that was far from the truth. Anyway, I'll see you in the gym for some squats. Cannot tell you how good squats are feeling at the moment. Managed to work up to the 210 kilos for a double today, which is obviously very good, pain-free, which is the most important thing. Going to be working up to a single next week of 232.5 kilos, so really looking forward to that. I'm going to be doing it at Ministry of Fitness, which is a different gym in Bristol, because I'm going to be training with my mate Chris and Rob, who have been on the channel before. Haven't seen them for a little while, so I'm just going to hang out with them and maybe grab some food after. So looking forward to that next week. But it's just been a great way to end the week, because obviously the week started so well with a personal best on my deadlift and then just finishing it strong with squats. So it's been a really good week of training. Obviously haven't really been able to bench this week at all, because we've decided that we're going to take a couple of weeks off just to let my shoulder recover a bit, which I think is probably a sensible choice. But obviously I'm going to be competing in a few weeks time, so I need to be benching benching at some point, but we'll reintroduce that when my shoulder's feeling a little bit better. So yeah, that just is what it is at the moment. Can't really bench, but just enjoying squats and deadlifts, to be honest with you, at the moment. But anyway, I'm going to sign out the video now, guys, because I ain't got much else to talk about. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. I hope you'll leave it a like if you have enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.